Well, a friend of mine who is part of the program, Christine, she gave me a call and asked if I might be able to have a couple of students participate in the program. Asking a couple of my students, one of them was not able to make the commitment, so I offered to help out in any way I could, and in doing so, she asked if I might be interested in reading a sonnet for the program, and I was only happy to oblige.
For that sorrow which I then did feel.
Rehearsal process was fairly limited. It was kind of last minute as far as getting me involved in the program. So I mean, I had a few days to learn the lines. Unfortunately, the sonnet is only about 14. It was only 14 lines long, so that wasn't too bad. And the one workshop I did have with her was pretty good until she, one of the exercises, required me to take off my shoes. In doing so, I managed to destroy my socks. Aside from that, everything went really well.
Mine ransoms yours.
There was a couple of the lines that did tend to give me a little difficulty. Lines 11 and 12 were a little difficult just because, well, I don't really have a reason as to why they were so difficult, but getting those down was hard. And off the top of my head, it's soon to you and you to me then, tender the
humble south which wounded bosoms fit.
Now that I'm not required to do the whole thing, it's a lot easier.
Just, will you hear me out, please?
The weather was very forgiving. It was nice. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't raining, so that was a big plus. And fortunately, where I was placed, there was a coffee house nearby, so I was able to get a cup of coffee and have that as a stage prop as well, which worked out really nice. And of course, by the time I'd finished my first cup of coffee, I felt a little nervous, and with the caffeine, that kind of brought on a little touch of the jitters, so managed to invert a couple of the lines, and I could hear the mistakes as I was saying them, but there wasn't anything I could do about it. So by the second cup of coffee, that one was decaf.
And yours must ransom me.
Working with the language and working with Shakespeare, I mean, he was a wonderful artist, especially with the language, and getting an opportunity to share that with other people is, a really nice experience for me. That you were once unkind befriends me now.
And for that sorrow which I then did feel,
needs must I under my transgressions bow.
Lest my nerves be brass or hammered steel. And if you were by my unkindness shaken,
as I by yours, you've passed a hell of time, and I, a tyrant, have no leisure taken
to weigh how once I suffered in your crime. Oh, that our night of woe might have remembered
my deepest sense, how hard true sorrow hits.
Soon to you and you to me then, tendered
the humble salve which wounded bosoms fits.
But that your trespass now becomes a fee. Mine ransoms yours, and yours must ransom
me.